All right, race fans, welcome to TurnLeftTV. You ready for some high-speed action tonight? Step on the gas. All right, race fans, welcome to Texas. This is TurnLeftTV, and I'm your host, Heath Johnson. The High Octane Racing League Buschwackers Series heads to Texas Motor Speedway tonight. A 100-lap race. It's race number 8. Just 3 races to go. Does anybody have anything for Claudio Bardelli Jr.? He's the leader in the points. Somebody going to take home the victory here tonight in Texas? Is it going to be Claudio? We're going to have to find out by watching it right here, live on TurnLeftTV. Well, they say everything is bigger in Texas. Who's going to be able to close in on that lead that Bardelli Jr. has? It's race number 8. It's TurnLeftTV, and it's Texas Motor Speedway tonight. All right, hey, thank you so much for coming in. We got a good one here for you tonight. Little Texas race. How about that, huh? I love Texas Motor Speedway. Great track. And we've got a good one here for you tonight, man. The Buschwackers Series, always a fun one. Tonight's race is brought to you by EliteHostingUSA.com. If you're interested in an rFactor 2 server, or how about your website or your online store? Some place to host that would be EliteHostingUSA.com. That's who hosts our website, which I'm going to have to refresh. No, I'm not. There it is. HighOctaneRacing.net. Visit us over there. That's who's hosting our website here at High Octane Racing League. Come on over and get updates of who's leading in the points. Also, who's running what throughout the week. Quick link to TurnLeftTV, and good way to get a hold of me here at TurnLeftTV and High Octane Racing League, as a matter of fact. Again, thanks so much for coming in. I'm your host, Heath Johnson, commentator, broadcaster, and this is race number 8 of the season. A little mile and a half here. Texas Motor Speedway, located in Fort Worth, Texas. And it's round number 8 here in the Buschwackers Series. And this is going to be a fun one, man. This is high speed and no time for a break here at this track, that's for sure. Take a look at this track. Again, a mile and a half in length, banking in the turns at 20 degrees. Banking in 3 and 4 at 24 degrees. And I think coming off turn 4, that's where the trouble's going to happen. Guys are going to really push it later in the run and get that thing up into the wall. So it's going to get a little bit tight there. And you got to be careful coming off turn 4. So big things, big mistakes, big crashes could happen coming off turn 4 when you're tight. I want to say thank you so much for coming in here, joining me on TurnLeftTV. Peace to everybody out there. Hope everybody's behaving themselves this weekend. And we're working our way up to a Memorial Day. That's next weekend, and you know what that means? Indy 500. Yep, I'm from Indiana, and this is a great time of the year for us here in Indiana. Always love the Indy 500. Thanks for coming in and joining me here on TurnLeftTV. Again, hit that thumbs up button, share my videos with all your friends, and then don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already done so. Also, up in the link, up in the banner of the channel, there's a link to PayPal. If you'd like to make a donation to PayPal, you can click on that link and help me out. Also, down in my description of my race, you can click on that link and follow it over to the Fanatec website and help me out here. If you're interested in purchasing something through them, please use my link. Thanks to all those folks who have done so. And let's get this on, man. It's going to be a great party here tonight at Texas. Who's got the victory here tonight? I don't know. There's a lot of guys here. I think the setup is one that really favors a lot of people. So it puts a lot of people in the game for winning this race. So we'll have to see. We'll see who's fast in quals, and I'll make a decision who I think is going to win the race here before the race starts, of course. Again, thanks so much for coming in, and let's have a good time here at Texas. Some more racing headed your way later this weekend. That's a Saturday night in the Saturday Night Thunder, race number 5 of the season. It's Kansas Speedway. 120 laps from another great cookie cutter. A little flatter track, and this thing's high speed, man. I think it feels like you're going faster at Kansas. Maybe you are, but I'll be out there on the track. If you'd like to beat up on the broadcaster, come on out and join us. Racing starts at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's the Saturday Night Thunder, 120 laps from Kansas tomorrow, April the 21st. We've got about 2 minutes left to go in practice before we go to the qualification session. Speaking of Indianapolis, that's right, coming up Memorial Day weekend, right here on TurnLeftTV, we'll have Indianapolis Motor Speedway, a 100-lap race. That's 250 miles in the IndyCar Dallara mod, IR18. Brand new official content from Studio 397, and we're going to host the Indianapolis Motor Speedway race. It'll be live right here on TurnLeftTV. Qualification starts at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Race starts about 3:20. So hang on to your britches. The day before the Indy 500, we're going to get out and see if we can't get these cars around the track better than the real guys do. Don't forget to join us on TurnLeftTV on May the 28th. Season standings coming into tonight's race. I'd mentioned Claudio Bardelli Jr. Does anybody have anything for him? He's got 3 races to go, and he's got a 20-point lead. Paul Brown's in the 2nd position, Todd Robillard 3rd. Lucas Simpsoner in the 4th spot. Artur Vieira is 5th. Sean Jacobs, Preston Hassel, Givaldo Spindola, Craig Marizan, and Thiago Gomez rounding out the top 10 coming into race number 8. So it looks like they have finished the practice session. Take a look at the session results in the practice session. Preston Hassel, the top time in practice with a 28.042. Paul Brown is 2nd. Chris Hughes, good fast time there for him. 3rd fastest in practice. Ed Palumbo, look at that, man, that 54 car. Mellow Yellow is in 4. Tony Furtado, well, welcome back, Tony. In the 5th position in practice. See Tim Lansbury, Christian Wilson also fast. Claudio Bardelli Jr., Givaldo Spindola, and Jesus Iglesias rounding out the top 10 in the practice session. Take a look at Jim Willis, Craig Marizan, Gilmar Peixoto, Thiago Gomez. Lucas Simpsoner didn't get any laps in, so he's 15th. Qualification session has started. Paul Brown in the 77 out. We'll see how this 77 does. I would imagine he's going to be in the top 5. What do you think? He's out there on his qualification lap. Do the try over here for the 77 car. 28.548, the top time so far. We'll take a look at Jim Willis and his qualification attempt. So 28.548 is the time to shoot for. Craig Barazon now second on the grid. Oh, Chris Hughes to the top of the grid with a 28.538. Chris Hughes at the top of the grid. We'll see where this 53 car lands. Jim Willis now 6th on the grid. Paul Brown fight back. We'll take a look at that second lap for Chris Hughes at a 7 car. Can he battle back there and get back to the top of the grid? Look like slow there on that second lap. So 28.538 is his time. And Palumbo in the 54 car. His qualification attempt. We'd expect this 54 car, this Mellow Yellow sponsor machine, one of our New York drivers. Ed Palumbo coming off turn 2 down the backstretch. Expect him to be lightning fast. Paul Brown, the top time, 28.447. Let's see what we've got here with this 54 car. Gonna have some work to do, I think. 28.586. I think he said he forgot to take fuel out of the car. How about Bardelli Jr., our points leader in the 91 car? I would expect to see him in the top 5. Here we go, coming off turn 4, the 91 through the tri-oval. Let's see what he has. 28.801. He's got some work to do. He has got some work to do. How about Givaldo Spindle in the 68 car? Givaldo with his qualification attempt. 28.731 for Givaldo. Right now, 10th on the grid for Givaldo. Thiago Gomez in the 7X car, his qualification attempt. Bardelli Jr. up to 2nd on the grid. That second lap was lightning fast for Bardelli Jr. Thiago Gomez here now through the tri-oval. 28.680 for Gomez, 12th on the grid. Looks like Paul Brown might be the pole sitter, might be the winner. As we see the 7X, Thiago Gomez coming down to pit lane. Get the camera thing figured out. So congratulations to the 77, Paul Brown, for getting the victory. Or getting the, not the victory. It's not counting our eggs before the hatch, or chickens before the hatch. How about that? We can count the eggs, but don't count the chickens before the hatch. So congratulations for him. So we've got about 3.5 minutes left of the qualification session. These guys are going to get the drivers' meeting. And again, tonight we are at Texas Motor Speedway for race number 8 of the season, 10-race season. We do these, we got 4 or 5 10-race seasons throughout the year. Great mile-and-a-half track here at Fort Worth, Texas. And again, round number 8. 3 rounds to go, including tonight. I'm your broadcaster, commentator, Heath Johnson. Again, thanks so much for joining us here on TurnLeftTV. Let's take a look at the schedule here. We see Texas down there, as well as Charlotte coming up next week. So a couple of cookie cutters. Then we're going to finish out the season, crown the champion at Gateway Raceway on June the 3rd. 120-lap race there at that great egg-shaped track located in Illinois, just outside of St. Louis, Missouri. Been there a few times myself. I was stationed out there when I was in the Air Force, so like that track. Here are my keys to the race. Let's get these in. My keys to the race. Patience. This track, this setup is easy to drive, man. You're going to race tight together. You got to be patient, man. Save tires. Don't use those tires up, man, because you'll get into the wall if you use your tires up, especially coming off turn 4. Pit stops on point, man. Can be a little difficult getting on and off pit lane. You're carrying a lot of speed coming off turn 4 when you get to those pits. You got to make sure you're not speeding. So pit stops on point, and then traffic management. You're going to be tightly packed together. Guys are going to be racing. Once these tires start to wear out a little bit, they're still going to be tight. So traffic management is the key here at Texas. So patience, save your tires, pit stops on point, and then manage the traffic. Learn how to race in traffic. Those are my keys to the race here at Texas Motor Speedway. Getting some of my buddies joining us in here. Givaldo didn't give us the play-by-play. He didn't set up the race here tonight, man. He's slipping a little bit. Good luck to Givaldo here tonight. Good to see Givaldo. Claudio Bardelli Jr., also good luck to him. Thanks to all those folks joining us in TurnLeftTV YouTube channel. And again, we got a good field here for you tonight, and it's going to be a good race. Thanks so much for coming out. Got about 40 seconds left in the qualification session. And we will kick it over to warm-up. All right. Thank you so much for joining us here on TurnLeftTV. We are in the warm-up session. We got about just under 8 minutes left to go in the warm-up session. Let's take a look at the qualification results. Paul Brown, the top time with a 28.447. Claudio Bardelli Jr. is second. Chris Hughes third. Craig Marizan fourth. Fifth is Preston Hassel in the 27. Jim Willis is sixth. Jesus Iglesias seventh. Tim Lansbury eighth. Ed Palumbo ninth. Givaldo Spindola is 10th. Qualifying in the 11th position is Tony Furtado in his first race back. Good to see the 9 car back out on the track. 7X, Tiago Gomez will start 12th. Christian Wilson 13th. Gilmar Peixoto starts 14th. Lucas Simpner is 15th. And I think Todd Robillard will start in the 16th position. My pick to win this race. Man. Am I going to pick to win this race? I think, let's look at this grid. I think I am going to pick Todd Robillard. How about that? There you go. That's who's going to win this race. Todd Robillard. I don't mean to jinx him right now. He might be listening to me. He might be listening to the broadcast in his ear. But that's my pick to win it. Could be the jinx. Usually the guys I pick to win the race do not win the race. On board here with the 22 car, Jesus Iglesias. Ahead there, Givaldo Spindola and Tiago Gomez. Jesus coming down pit lane here. We get an idea of what it's like to pit here. This can be dicey. You see that right there, that transition, and you see he's a little squirrely. So we have just a little bit over 3 minutes left to go in the warm-up session before we get this bad boy started. I asked in the poll, Robillard for the win, and I'm getting no's. Oh, man. Oh, man. Wish I could get the poll to show up. There we go. The poll's showing up. There you go. You got a yes or a no vote. Robillard for the win tonight. Wish you'd show me the results. One vote so far. I have a feeling that was Ed that said, I have a feeling it was Ed Palumbo that said no. Preston Hassel in here also wishing everybody good luck. So good luck to Preston tonight. We're getting 100% no's. 3 votes. 100% no. Oh, my God. If this stays 100% and I have like 20 people vote, we got to talk. We got to talk on that. I got to vote. Can I vote my own poll? Oh, I can't vote my own poll. That is ridiculous. Will Dunbar voting no for sure. Oh, man. Now it's blocking my chat. Well, we'll let the poll go for another 7 seconds. All right, that does it. Everybody voted no on that one. Wow, there you go. All right, boys and girls, it's about that time. Time to get this bad boy started here. All right, here we go. It's Texas. Everything's bigger in Texas. Even the wrecks. All right, here we go. Let's take a look at the starting order. Paul Brown will start in P1 in that 77. Claudio Bardelli Jr. starts in second. Chris Hughes will start in the third position. Craig Marizan starts in fourth. Starting in the fifth position is Preston Hassel in the 27. Jim Willis starts in sixth. Jesus Iglesias seventh. Tim Lansbury starts in eighth. Starting in the ninth position will be Ed Palumbo in the 54. Givaldo Spindola in the 68 starts 10th. Tony Furtado in the 9 starts in 11th. Good to see Tony back. 7X. Santiago Gomez starts in 12th. Starting in 13th is Christian Wilson in the 30 car. Jomar Peixoto in the 3X starts 14th. Lucas Siffner, the 21 car, starts 15th. And Todd Robillard in 16th in the 90 car. Again, this thing's pretty easy to drive. The guys were saying that the setup is a little bit too easy to drive. Subsequently, we're seeing guys really push the car pretty hard, and that may cause the front tires to burn off there a little bit, and it's going to get tight coming off turn 4. Got to be very careful there. Guys are going to be racing impacts. So here we go, the 77 to the inside. '91 up on the outside line in second. Here we go. '91 car got a heck of a jump there. Jumps out to the lead, and we got a yellow flag, by heavens. Looks like they're going to do a restart there. So it looks like we're going to do a little restart here. All right, looks like somebody had connection issues, so we are getting ready to do a restart here.
Attention, red, all non-essential.
All right, here we go. For real this time. For real. Looks like Shady Sal says Team Luca for the win. Couple biceps and some 3 guys with sunglasses. There you go. Will D in here. I bet Heath's broadcast on Todd. What? Oh, I'll bet Heath's broadcast on Todd not winning. Wow. Wow. Will D not in the Todd Ribillard court. So this is the one and only restart there. They had a somebody had damage on the caution or on the pace lap. So some reason shenanigans. So Paul Brown in the 77 is our pole setter, and then Claudio Bardelli Jr. starts up on the outside line. We saw him get a good start there on that first attempt. You see Chris Hughes, Craig Barazon side by side there for the second row. These guys getting ready to get it on. Hassel, Willis, 5th and 6th. Iglesias, Lansbury, 7th and 8th. And Palumbo, Givaldo, Spindola, 9th and 10th. Lights are out on the pace car. We're going to do it for real this time. Keep fingers crossed. No caution flags here on the start. Pace car is off.
Green flag, go, go, go.
Green, green, green. And they are packed up here. And out of the back of Paul Brown's machine, look at that. That is a mess. Gaggle of cars. I think our Clint Boyer used the word hornet's nest, or the phrase hornet's nest, the other day. He's been watching my broadcast. 77 and the 7. Chris Hughes looking fast. He's running in the second position. Claudio Bardelli Jr. and Preston Hassel battling it out for third. Bardelli Jr. through the grass. Preston Hassel in the grass as well. 91. He is driving the wheels off that thing. He's wanting to go to the front here, and he gets by. He got through the grass. Ballard Heavens, man. Through the tri-oval in the 91, down to the race front. He's wanting to get up there. He was wanting to get up there badly, wasn't he? Thiago Gomez, Tim Lansbury side by side. 82 in the 7X. Lansbury in that Skyline Chili Mustang up on the high side. The Toyota here, the 7X. Thiago Gomez on the inside line. This is for the 10th position. Side by side here, Tony Furtado in his first race back up there in that Valvoline sponsor machine. Looking out of the front of Gomez's machine. Gomez is going to try to stick his nose underneath that 9 car. It's around the 82. Gomez going. They're through the tri-oval. 9 car still up on that high side. He's fighting back that Valvoline sponsor machine. Lansbury might have made contact with the wall back there. I saw him get into the wall. Off turn 2 in this case. Givaldo Spindle in the 68 car down on the bottom side. This 82 Tim Lansbury. He's got some right side damage. Team Luke in that as well, that 21 car. Simpner running in the 13th position, that 21. We'll try to figure it out here between Spindola and the 82, Tim Lansbury. Lansbury's got some damage on that Skyline Chili Mustang. Right now, Bardelli Jr. is leader in this 91 car. Paul Brown in second. Chris Hughes is in the 3rd position. Jesus Iglesias trying to make some moves here in the 22 car. Getting below the 7 car, 22. Orange Crush sponsored Camaro of Jesus Iglesias now up to P3. He's got a fast car. 3 Camaros up front, 4 Camaros. The first Ford is running in P5. '77 car giving that 91 a little bit of a look. Bardelli Jr. in the 91, the leader. Take a look at Chris Hughes in this 7 car. He is running in the 4th position. Fast car, but we got a breakaway of about 3 cars. Iglesias is 3rd, Brown 2nd. Bardelli Jr. is the leader. Take a look at Ed Palumbo in his 54 car, Mellow Yellow sponsor machine. He in the 53, Jim Willis. Those guys probably working together a little bit. A couple of Camaros there. Jim Willis in that 53 Black Rifle Coffee Company machine. Mellow Yellow sponsored machine here, Ed Palumbo. A little bit of battle there with the just ahead. Looks like Chris Hughes, Craig Bearzon. Hughes in that 7 car. I may have seen a little bit of warp out of him. That might have been on my end. Take a look here at this pass. That 60 car gets by the 60 car, Craig Bearzon. Right there, you see that 7 car warp just a little bit to the side, and the 60 car gets by, so I guess it wasn't just me. And Chris Hughes is definitely warping. Seeing some a lot of guys warping here on my end. '91, '77, nose to tail. Take a look at Givaldo Spindola here in the 68. He in the 30. Oh, contact right there. 30 car, Christian Wilson. He had a He had a ride right there as the 68 car got into it. Oh, Christian Wilson gets into the back of the 68 car. 30 car got a little do the bump and run, trying to get that spot back. 68 got up into the 30 car. And they're still drag racing down the backstretch into turn 3. Holy smokes. They're still battling it out side by side. Good racing there. 90 car, Todd Robillard, his Freightliner sponsor machine, trying to get by that 7X. Thiago Gomez. Gomez ran out gangbusters here, but now falling back a little bit as Robillard trying to get by him. Gomez making him earn it. The inside is the 90. Gets by that Toyota. Tim Lansbury in the 82 car trying to get around the 9. Tony Furtado in that 9 car giving the 82 a lot of room. I think there's some communication there between the two of those guys. Todd Robillard going to follow him through in that 90 car. You see Tony Furtado now falling back to the 12th position. He's up the track a little bit in his first race back. Good to see Tony back with us. We definitely missed him. One of those old guard HORL guys. Tony Furtado just trying to get his race legs back on there, and no pun intended. I know he's had a tough time. He had surgery and battle back, going through some therapy, but nonetheless, getting back out, and he was itching, man. He sent me a message a couple of weeks ago and said he wants to get back out here and race. And here he is. Well, Paul Brown had made a pass here on Bardelli Jr. We'll take a look at this pass. As, Paul Brown gets by. Now Bardelli Jr. falling back to the 2nd position. Jim Willis here battling the 22 of Jesus Iglesias. Jim Willis in that 53 car going to use that high line. He's going up to the high line now, battling the 22. This is going to get crazy right here. This is going to get tight. The 22 and the 7 side by side. Jesus Iglesias down to the inside line, now falls back to the 8th position as Chris Hughes now trying to get by to pick up 7th. Jesus Iglesias battling back, however. Good side by side racing there. Through the trial with the 22 on the inside. Chris Hughes up on the outside. There might be some, we'll say there's some contact, but no, they laid off each other. Chris Hughes going to pick up that spot. Great battling there. Chris Hughes and Tony Furtado. Chris Hughes in the 30 car, looking a little racy here, picking up P13. Tony Furtado back to 14. Chris Hughes in the 30, now in 13th. 77, Paul Brown. About a half a second lead over Claudio Bardelli Jr. Craig Marizon in 3rd, Preston Hassel 4th. Take a look at Preston Hassel in the AMD Rising number 27 car. This Ford Mustang trying to close in on that 60. Craig Marizon. Marizon up there in that Camaro, that Magpul Dynamics sponsor machine. And Palumbo in this mix too. He's in the top 5 in that Bella Yellow sponsored Camaro. A lot of experience right there out of the 3 of those guys. Craig Marizon in the 60. 27, Preston Hassel. And the 54 of Ed Palumbo. One of those guys is older than Moses. I'm not going to tell you which one. I'll have you guess. Look at this. AMD Rising sponsored Mustang. Preston Hassel down to the inside, battling Craig Marizon. Marizon not going to fight him. Preston Hassel gets by. Marizon falls back to the 4th position. Preston Hassel showing some muscle here. Look at this. Todd Robillard moving to the high side. He's going to try to use it. Oh, man, did he get into the wall? No, he didn't. I'll tell you what. If he didn't leave a little bit of paint on the wall, I'm a liar. 90. Looked like he might have gotten into the wall, but Didn't affect him. No harm, no foul, but he's got Lucas Simpner there to deal with down at Ford. Christian Wilson in the 30. Up on the high side here of the 7X. 7X, I think, indicating he's going to be coming down pit lane, so he was down on the bottom side. Tiago Gomez, I think he indicated he was going to be coming down pit lane here. We'll see. Not hear anything out of him, so. Gilmar Peixoto, he's the one coming down pit lane, that 3X car. I thought I heard somebody say they were pitting, and there's a 3X. Gilmar Peixoto making a pit stop. 91, Claudio Bardelli Jr. is on pit lane. So there we go. Pit stops have started. Paul Brown indicating he's coming down pit lane. Green flag, pit stops underway. Chris Hughes is the leader. Take a look at this. The 82, Tim Lansbury, making a pit stop. 7 car, Chris Hughes leading. He's hoping for a caution flag. Maybe trap some of these guys a lap down. Lucas Simpner running in P2, and I gotta think that these guys are gonna be coming down pit lane here pretty soon. Look at this, the 7 car coming down pit lane, the 21. So these guys coming in together, the 90 car coming down pit lane. Lucas Simpner locking them up a little bit. Do not want to get caught speeding here. Jim Willis on pit lane, Lucas Simpner on pit lane. Paul Brown had made that pit stop. Looks like Bardelli Jr. got around him. Lucas Simpner finishing up his pit stop. He's having a battle with Chris Hughes coming off pit lane. So Bardelli Jr. is the leader, 1.2 second gap over Paul Brown. Ed Palumbo third. Preston Hassel fourth. Lucas Simpner rounding out the top 5. So Simpner's been moving his way up. He's up to the 5th position. Hughes, Marizan, Iglesias, Willis, and Gomez rounding out the top 10. Bardelli Jr., does he just find a way to get up front? I mean, the guy races a lot throughout the week. I mean, you see it his broadcasts, and you know, he's got a lot of experience no matter what you put him in, what sim you're racing in as well. I mean, he races different sims, broadcasts those live on his channel. He does a lot of racing, and you can tell he knows what he's doing here as these guys coming off turn 2 down the backstretch. See Givaldo Spindola coming back out on track after serving his penalty. There comes our race leader. It's starting to tighten up a little bit. 1.2 second gap. Maybe look a little bit closer from that perspective. Oh, man, look who's in here. Look who is in the chat session right now. That's Dennis Unichin, my man. I hope everything's going okay for you, Dennis. Definitely thinking about you, buddy. Each and every day, man, I think about you. Hopefully we'll see you back out on the track at some point. Don't forget, we got IndyCars coming up next weekend, Saturday. Not sure what time that'll be for you. It'll be Saturday night, probably 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here in the United States. So it might be pretty late at night, maybe 11 o'clock or so at night, 11 p.m. Hopefully we can get you out here. Get you out here racing with us. We'd love that. Howling Hawk, Luca pushing some fire symbols. Thumbs up. I don't know, man. Tell you what, Chris Hughes looking racy. Getting by this 21 car down on the bottom side. The 7 car looking racy here. Taking over P5. Lucas Hifter now back to 6. Chris Hughes. This guy came to this league with some skills. Already some tools in the toolkit. And he's just adding to it. 21 and the 60 now battling it out. The 60, Craig Marizon on that bottom side. He's wanting to look to get around Lucas Hifter. Look at this battle here. Out of the back of the 7 car, Jesus Iglesias in this mix too. We're going to have a trilogy here before it's over with. Trifecta. That's a 60 car, Craig Marizon getting by. Now these guys wanting to get by Chris Hughes. Chris Hughes may have burned his stuff up here. Getting to the front. Maybe he's just being patient as those guys go by. On board here with Chris Hughes. As Lucas Hifter and Craig Marizon both team up and get by, use the draft. Jesus Iglesias dropping down to the bottom side. Chris Hughes, maybe he's saving his stuff. They're working at high line. He's lost a couple positions. 3 positions here in about a lap and a half. How about this? Ed Palumbo in the 54 car. He and Preston Hassel running P3, P4. Ed Palumbo in a Mellow Yellow sponsor machine. In 3rd, Preston Hassel in that AMD Ryzen and Ford running in the 4th position. Well, Bardelli Jr. in that Camaro is the race leader of that 91 car. 77, Paul Brown in 2nd, Ed Palumbo 3rd, Hassel 4th, Marizon in 5th. Sifter, Iglesias, Hughes, Willis, and Robillard rounding out the top 10. That gap has diminished. It was 1.2 seconds, now down to 7/10 of a second, just under 7/10 now. So Paul Brown on the move here in this 77 car. On board there with him is a look ahead of our race leader, Claudio Bardelli Jr. on board with P2. Paul Brown. Paul Brown doing a lot of work for us at HORL, helping develop setups, technical advice. Whenever I've got a question about how to do something, Paul Brown usually has the answer for me. Testing servers throughout the week. And don't forget to join Paul Brown and his crew over at Ridge Runners Racing if you want to look at some folks racing on throughout the week. Also doing some, what do they call that? Wreckfest. Those guys like to play Wreckfest on Wednesday nights. Look at this. 27 into 54. A couple old guard HORL guys here battling it out. Preston Hassel up on the high side. And at the AMD Ryzen sponsored Mustang. And Palumbo in the 54 down on the inside line. It's getting tight right here. It's getting tight. These guys are going to start rubbing black paint off on each other. We got a yellow flag. We got a yellow flag here. The 77 was closing in on that 91. Our yellow flag. First yellow flag of the night. This is Jomar Peixoto. Probably going to get the wave around there, I would imagine. So 91, I suspect, will get the pace car this time by. Take a look and see what happened here. It actually oh man, Preston Hassel through the grass right here. Look at that. Sparks flying everywhere. Oh man, hard into the wall. Take a look here as it looked like Ed Palumbo might have come through that trioval, got into the 27. I had a feeling these guys are going to get together there. And the 60 car gets by. Looking out of the front of Marathon's machine. Look at this. It's already happening. 27 car gets through. So here we take a look. It looked like maybe it's a little bit earlier. I think the thing happened in the trial. This is where they were sort of getting together. I told you they're going to be rubbing black paint off on each other. And right there, Preston Hassel getting down a little bit low. Palumbo in the 54. And off up tri-oval. Maybe gets into that 27 car. The 27 way up in the wall. And right here, we'll take a look as looked like the 54 climbed up the track, got into that 27, and then man, he was trying to hang on to this thing, and luckily he didn't really. He made some contact with the inside wall right there. We don't have another camera angle of that, and then some more contact. '91, Claudio Bardelli Jr. The leaders. These guys now going to take some yellow flag pit stops. This guy's coming down pit lane. We need we need a camera at the end of pit lane so we can see that race off pit lane. I mean, come on. Talk to the track builders about that. Look at that, man. And there's some good racing right there. You see the 54 gets out. Now he's going to have to start at the tail end, I think. But nonetheless, making it interesting. Gilmar Peixoto actually the race leader right now in that 3X machine. Obalard is in second, Paul Brown third, and Palumbo fourth. Bardelli Jr. is fifth. Now Peixoto in the 3X machine, I would imagine is going to come down pit lane here. We'll see.
Pit road will be open this time.
Peixoto still out there in the lead. We'll see how this works out, whether he's going to stay out. Don't forget, tomorrow night, that's right, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we'll be at the Kansas Speedway. Another cookie cutter, 120 laps, race number 5 of the season in the Saturday Night Thunder. This race league has been going on since 2001. I've mentioned this before. I was racing pickup races, man. High Octane Racing League. We started keeping points on Saturday nights, and here we are, all the way from NASCAR 4 back up here to rFactor 2. And making it happen. Saturday Night Thunder, Kansas, tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's race time. 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is practice. Practice? Talking about practice? We ain't talking about practice. We're talking about the game. Mordelli Jr. second, Marzon third, Simpner fourth. So Paul Brown will start up on the inside line. Mordelli Jr. has been fast on the outside line, so watch him on the starts here. He might end up jumping out ahead of Paul Brown. Lights are out on the pace car. I think we're going to go green this time by. Start lap 45. His car hedging off. Is he actually exiting the track? It's Jay Leno, isn't it? Get off the track, man. Here we go. Get ready to go back green.
Green flag, go, go, go.
This is where it gets dicey. Start bunching these guys back up. The track's a little slick from rubber being down on the track. Everybody trying to gain what positions they can. Just be patient here. The 77 and the 91 side by side. Hopefully we don't have another quick caution flag. '90 car, 77 car inches ahead. Looking out of the back of his machine. Mordelli Jr. in second, Marzon third. Iglesias in fourth. Simpner is running in the fifth position. Iglesias running in P4. Got a good battle there with Preston Hassel and Lucas Simpner just behind. Preston Hassel in the... Simpner gets into the wall. He might have been driven up there in the wall a little bit, but Preston Hassel. Simpner trying to hang on to this thing. Chris Hughes getting by. Lucas Simpner has got a lot to handle there in that 21 car. They're still battling it out. Looks like the 7 car might have run the 90 car down to the inside. They're 3 wide. 3 wide. Uh-oh. 3 wide. Oh, Simpner in the wall. Runs out of room. I talked about turn 4. Oh, there's the 54 car upside down. '54 car was upside down. The 54 Ed Palumbo up on the high side, and he had nowhere to go. And they were getting very, very racy, man. I mean, they were very, very racy. Looks like Ed Palumbo might have retired his machine. Take a look and see what happened here. Simpner gets into the wall. You see the sparks flying. The 7 car trying to miss the 21. Right here through the tri-oval. You see this? They're 3 wide right here. And Simpner's coming down. Gets into, does he get into the 7 car? The 7 car trying to avoid Simpner. Now comes over, gets into the 54, clips him, spins him. Look at this. This is going to get wild right here. The 54 hard into the wall, upside down. My heavens, man, that 53 went underneath him. Now 53, Jim Willis. Talk about the lucky move of the race. Watch this. This is going to get crazy. Going to see a whole lot of that 54 flying over the top of him. Right there. Look at that. Oh, man. The 54 coming down on his side and flipping over again. On board here with the 54, it's going to get interesting here. He gets clipped straight into the wall. And it, oh, man, that is a hard lick. You see that, man. Jim Willis had the view, didn't he? See, these guys are just, you know, it all started really with Luca getting into the wall. There's that. Up over the top. Tim Lansbury had a good view of that too, I bet. That was wild. Cautions breed cautions. What I say, man, I say you got to be careful here. Don't want a quickie caution. We got one.
Road will be open this time.
Sinfer, the leader. Christian Wilson is second. Bardelli Jr. third. Paul Brown fourth. Craig Bearzon fifth. Hey, coming up on March the 28th, or May the 28th, we'll be back at it at Indianapolis Motor Speedway in the Indy cars. That's right, the Indy cars, 100-lap race in the official IR18 IndyCar Dallara mod. And the broadcast will start at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, probably a little bit earlier than that, probably about 2:15, 2:30 or so. Come on out and check it out. If you'd like to race with us, there's a Discord address. These cars are a heck of a lot of fun. And Indy, that's my home, man. I live about 40 miles away. So we thought we'd make it happen on Memorial Day weekend, the night before or the day before the Indy 500. Bardelli Jr., the leader. See the 91 on the inside line. Paul Brown in second. Bears on third. Hassel fourth. Glacius Gomez fifth and sixth. Willis and Robillard seventh and eighth. Peixoto Symphony ninth and 10th. So here we go, getting ready to go back green.
Flag, go, go, go.
91 and the 77, same old story, except they're flipped around. The 77 on the high line, the 91 on the inside line. Craig Barazon has that car up in the third position. He's looking stout here. He's had this car in contention all night long. Bardelli Jr. ended up clearing the 77. Glacius up in this mix as well. He's running in the fourth position, looking to get third. Bardelli Jr. up high. Oh, is he slamming the door on the 60 car? We have a yellow flag? No. Oh, yeah, we got a yellow flag. Another one. And cautions breed cautions breed cautions. The 91 car is the leader. Craig Barazon third or second. Iglesias third. Take a look at the wreck here. Take a look at see what happened. Up on the high side, Peixoto in the 3X machine. '21 car goes flying. Take a look here. Gilmar gets up into the 21. And the 21 spins. Back to yellow flag. All right, back under caution here for the 91. This has been a little bit of a mess, hasn't it? I mean, these guys, I told you, cautions breed cautions breed cautions. This is not what you want to do, come out here and drive around under caution flag. So I told them, we're telling them right now through the admin that another caution flag, you're going to be doing single file. So this is the last chance double file start. Following that, they'll do single file. These guys are driving a little bit too aggressively. The setup's kind of easy to drive, but guys are really driving outside their wheelhouse here and getting into people, making some silly mistakes. You're going to drive side by side. You're going to have to hold your car in a line, and also a little give and take, right? Just a little bit of give and take. Hey, thanks for joining us here on TurnLeftTV. Peace to everybody out there. Hope everybody's enjoying their weekend. Finally got a weekend off, and man, those of you who don't know, I teach high school anatomy and biology, and I'm looking forward to the end of the school year and having a little bit of a break and being able to relax a little bit. So, although I will be taking a few classes, but hey, thanks so much for coming in here and joining me on TurnLeftTV. Let's have a good backside of this race as we are now just past halfway. So we had a great bit of good green flag racing. And now here we are. Here we are back under caution. 3 cautions in a row. Bang, bang, bang. It's like Gilmar Peixoto has retired his machine. Don't forget the schedule coming up. Be at Charlotte Motor Speedway next week. Memorial Day weekend. At a great track, man. Love this track. Couple cookie cutters here with Texas and Charlotte. And then finishing out the season at Gateway Raceway, 120 laps on June the 3rd. Well, winding down this season. And don't forget, coming into tonight's race, Claudio Bardelli Jr., who we're looking at right now, is the points leader. He's got a 20-point lead over Paul Brown. Robillard is in third. So a tight battle there between P2, P3. Just 3 points separating them. Lucas Hipner fourth, Archie Vieta fifth. Sean Jacobs, Preston Hassel, Givaldo Spindler, Craig Marizan, and Tiago Gomez rounding out the top 10.
It'll be 1 to go this time.
The 1 to go here as this is our last chance to race this double file on the start. If these guys don't behave, we're going to go single file restarts. Bardelli Jr. will start on the inside line. The 60 of Craig Marizan starts on the outside line. Jesus Iglesias third. Tiago Gomez starts in fourth. My pick to win this race right now, running in the 5th position on the inside in that 90 car. So he's got the car up front. We'll see what he can do with it. His car going in this time by the 91 and the 60. Got a little bit different look up front here with Craig Marizan. The 60 car, he's been fast, so keep your eye on the 60. Here we go, back to green. This guy's going to behave. Nose and tail there, the 91. The inching out to the lead. Robillard down to the inside, challenging that 22 car. 22 slamming the door a little bit there on the 90. They are tight back there. Look at the 7X machine. He's in this mix. Marizan's lost some spots. He's now back to the 5th position. The 7X, Thiago Gomez, the 60, Craig Marizan, P5, P6. Excuse me, P4, P5, I should say. Nose and tail there. They got a good clean start on that one so far. Nose and tail, that kind of worked. 91 likes that nose and tail. He says, hey, man, let me run away from you guys. You guys go ahead and run it, race it out. Robillard down to the inside. He's trying to get by. Jesus Iglesias. Oh, there might be contact right there. Iglesias maybe trying to slow the block. On the 90 car, Thiago Gomez going to the high side. Iglesias got to figure out who he's going to jump in front of. He's going to go in front of the 90 or he's going to go in front of the 7X machine. Seven X down to the bottom side. He's trying to get, the 90 down to the bottom side, trying to hold on to this. Thiago Gomez in the, Jesus Iglesias in the 22 car. 7X, Thiago Gomez back there as well. Good battling there, Gomez and Robillard. Robillard ends up inches by. Gomez gives up the fight there, now tucks into 4th. Craig Marizan running in the 5th position in that 60 car. Robillard down to the inside. Looked like he was trying to get by that 22. Almost got into it. Look at that. 22 goes to the high side. 90 goes to the high side. 22 down low. Down the backstretch. 90 car up. There's contact between the 7X and the 90. Little paint swapping. They're into each other again. The 90 car. The 90 going through pit lane. He might end up getting a speeding penalty out of that. We'll have to see what's going on there. They started, look like they just got impatient there, I think. The 90 of Todd Robillard slides through pit lane. He and the 7X got together. We saw that happening, didn't we? Right here. Through the tri-oval. Again, here they are. I think this is a little bit earlier. Right here. And he gets behind the 22 car. Everything's all right there. And then Robillard goes to the bottom line, and he's trying to get by. Iglesias slamming the door here. And then here, you see the sparks flying off the 22 car. There's going to be some contact as we're watching this 90 and the 7X. 90 car looked like he had the 7X figured out, or was this between he and the 22? He in the 22 car. We'll take a look. So the 90 goes to the high side. 22 down on the bottom side. And they're still racing it out. See, the 7X goes down to the bottom line like he wants to get by. And he drifts up into the 90 right there. There was contact there. And that 7X just drove that car in a little bit too hard. And then he gets up into the back of the 90 right there and then slams him into the wall. Took us a while to find that one. We're back up under live here. So we were at a caution-free race up to about 40 laps in, and then we just have, we got 4 caution flags right here in a row. Boom, boom, boom. So these guys have decided they want to run around under caution. That'll give us a chance to advertise our IndyCar race coming up on May the 28th. 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time as qualifications. Race starts at 3:20-ish, 3:30 or so. Practice starts at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we'll broadcast it live right here on TurnLeftTV, the 2022 HORL IndyCar Series 100-lap race from Indianapolis Motor Speedway in the brand new mod, the official mod from Studio 397. I was out doing some laps the other night at Indy in these cars, and I was having a heck of a lot of fun, man. So I can't wait to bring you that race here on TurnLeftTV coming up on May the 28th. That's next week. 91 getting off pit lane. Givaldo Spindola, how about this in a 68 car? Gilmar saying he preferred to leave other than to cause him more incidents. Okay, Gilmar, everybody makes mistakes, man. We definitely want to see you back. Ed Palumbo said there's too much blocking. I think there's some over-aggressive driving, that's for sure. Guys pinching somebody, you know, maybe not quite overtly blocking, but sort of getting into that lane there just a little bit, just kind of not giving you the full lane and making contact. They don't realize that they take their eye off the 8-ball and they get into one another. That is a shame here. We've had some kind of unnecessary caution flags. '68. Givaldo Spindola, the leader. Tim Lansbury is in second. Bardelli Jr. third. Iglesias fourth. Hassel is fifth. "30 laps to go. How many of those are going to be under caution?" I say 15. 15 of them are going to be under caution, the way it's going right now. Tonight's race is brought to you by EliteHostingUSA.com. If you want an rFactor 2 server, or you want some server to host your website or online store, please give EliteHostingUSA.com. That's who provides our servers here at HighOctaneRacing.net. Come on out and join us. Visit HighOctaneRacing.net. You get a quick link to the Discord channel. Also links up there to each one of our series that we run. Also rFactor 2 times. That's who's running what throughout the season, the week. So you can see where everybody's at and see how you stack up. Come on out and join us. We'd love to have you. We mainly run it through Discord, so get the quick link on Discord. This has been a little bit of a challenge, hasn't it? My heavens, man. Need some coffee here. This thing's trying to stay awake here. This caution flags. I know coffee at 10:30. Isn't it 10:30? Somewhere around there? Oh, yeah, 10:25 right here in the United States.
It'll be 1 to go this time, bud.
Looks like Givaldo has gone down to the inside, and it will start on the inside line. We'll see how that works out, but thanks for coming in, and wow. We got a little bit different look up front here with the 68, the 91, the 27, and the 77, mixing it up a little bit. We'll see how this works out. All right, here we go. Givaldo, my man. Dennis Uderchin joining us in here as well. Says, cheers. He's going to have to teach me how to read Coptic letters. Speak a little Ukrainian. All right, here we go. Pace car coming off the track. 68 going to lead the field, take the green flag. 91 up on the high side. 27 into 77 side by side.
Green flag, go, go, go.
Oh, Givaldo didn't get in the gas there. It's the 77, the 91. Going to maybe inch by. 27 to the high side. He's going to follow that 60 car. I think the 68's on a little bit older tires. 68 still fighting it on the inside line as the 27 tried to get by. They are racing for the race lead. Bardelli Jr. and Paul Brown side by side here for the race lead. And there, caution flag. I had a feeling, man. I had a feeling. So a little shenanigans here. We answered the question, how bad do they want to race under green? Not very bad. They'd rather run around under caution. Bardelli Jr. hit the wall hard. My gosh, man. I know. Eugen says, hey, it's crazy. Eugen, you need to get out of here, man. You're a stock car racer. Dennis Eugen needs to get out here and just show them how it's done. I'll tell you that right now. I've seen him drive stock cars. He can flat out get it around the track. I don't know what these guys have lost their patience. I don't know what is going on here. Lost their patience. Don't even let the tires heat up. Take a look here. Right there, you see the 77 gets into the back of the 91 car and spins him into the wall. So here we go. Jake Sadetsky. Does Buschwackers sanction Russia? Buschwackers is a series. What am I doing? Sanction Russia? I don't have anything to do with Russia. Take a look here. Right here, as you see, the 77 just barely clips this 91 car. And then there is just contact right there. And then, man, hard into the wall. Well, to answer your question, Jake, in all honesty, I have, here's the way I look at it. I own High Octane Racing League. I also own TurnLeftTV. And I've got folks from all over the world who race with me, and none of them are hurting anybody else. So as long as they're nice to one another, we got to remember that we don't control what people in government do. Definitely wishing my best for my friends, and I think Dennis would tell you that I check on him quite frequently. And I also got some friends from Russia as well who race with us whenever we race in that time slot. I guess if someday I'm elected president, or prime minister or king, whatever I happen to be. I'm king of my household. Then I can figure out how that's going to work. I don't even know what sanctioning anybody would have to do with a free TurnLeftTV broadcast or a free race. I'm racing in the Buschwackers series here for 21 years. How about that? Get some guys coming down pit lane, man. Getting some guys coming down pit lane. Who's on pit lane right now? Looks like Preston Hassel, Jesus Iglesias, both those guys on pit lane. Look at this 27 car. He's on pit lane. Howling Hawk says TurnLeftTV for president. So Preston Hassel taking some service. Paul Brown going to have to drive down pit lane, start at the end of the line. So I think Gomez will actually start in first. Paul Brown is 77. Will have to do his drive through and start at the end of the longest line or the end of the line. All right, Paul Brown driving down pit lane. Gomez, Thiago Gomez. We're going to start single file. Because the president said so. These guys cannot handle side by side, apparently, so they're going to start single file this time by. And see if they can't get figured out. Kind of ridiculous. These guys are a little bit better than that, but so I got Brown, Hughes, Lansbury, and Robillard all on pit lane. 7X, Thiago Gomez. I'll have to paint Thiago Gomez a car this summer. He's been saying that he wants a car. We'll see if we can't get him one. So Thiago, when you get done, message me on Discord. If you watch this broadcast, message me on Discord. Give me an idea of some of the things you're interested in. We'll see if we can't get you a skin painted up. I paint a lot of the skins that are in this car set as well. That's right, I do a little painting. A few of them that I've done. Like Craig Barazon's, I've painted this one. How about this? Man, this is going to look pretty gangster, I think. If we can't get a good look at it. So I'll learn how to fly this camera around. There we go. Painted that one up. I think that looks pretty good. Pace car's in. Here we go. 7X leads the field to take the green flag. Single file. That's the way to solve that problem, hopefully. Jim Willis did the inside. Jim Willis says, hey, I smell blood in the water. Black Rifle Coffee Company, number 53, making that pass on the 60 car, taking over P2. But Thiago Gomez is the master right now in his 7X car. He's the leader. Jim Willis in second. Marzon third. Marzon through the grass. Another yellow flag. That didn't solve it. That didn't solve it. Spindola off the pace. My gosh. Turn cautions off, baby. That's what we got to do. Turn cautions off. 68 car. coming around. Take a look at there. Spindler gets off the wall, gets down into the back of the 22 car. He slams the wall, and Spindler back into him. Paul Brown ekes by. Holy smokes. Right here, watch this. Paul Brown barely. Ow! Barely misses that. This is a little bit embarrassing, this going out to the world, huh? And these guys racing the way they are. I can't drive the car for them. So back to live. Well, I think we're going to finish this race sometime before Monday morning. Shady Sal. Sorry, I have a dog named Sadie. Shady Sal says, oh, there's another. Howling Hawk, TurnLeftTV for president. Okay, I don't know if I'd want to be president, but yeah. I feel like president sometimes. I am a school teacher. I teach high school. Anatomy and physiology, and a little bit of biology. A lot of biology. Do it at just finished my 23rd year of doing that. How about that? Do some dual credit classes, some college credit courses. Both those classes are the big ones are. The older ones are dual credit. So you get some college credit for that. So summertime. Take some more classes this summer. Work on a second master's degree. Summertime. I get to sleep in. I am not a morning person. How in the world did I get into this career where I have to get up early in the morning and then face a bunch of teenagers? I have no idea, but I am not a morning person. I like to sleep in somewhere. I think 10 o'clock is probably a pretty good time to get up, to be honest with you. About 10 a.m. I don't know. What do you think about Howling Hawk? Howling Hawk, do you think 10 o'clock, 10 a.m.? That's a good time, right? You know, 5:30. I can tell you 5:30 a.m. is not a fun time to get out of bed. That is not a fun time. And then by about 7:30, I got kids in my face. Cranky broadcaster. Some of those kids actually watch the broadcast. So happy summer to all the students, all my students who happen to be watching. Going single file here. Keep your fingers crossed, man. We might end up finishing this under green. Four guys have decided that they've had enough. Tony Furtado, Ed Palumbo, Gilmar Peixoto, Lucas Simpson retired his machine. This guy's just driving a little bit too hard here, a little bit too aggressively.
Pit road will be open this time.
Yeah, love the weekends. Yeah, I work for the weekends, that's for sure. I used to coach too. I used to coach track and basketball and something called cross country, is distance running. That was when I was young. So Thiago Gomez, this would be a big win here for him. He got a few laps here before he can claim victory, but he's got his car up front. But don't forget about Jim Willis. Craig Marizon third, Wilson fourth, Bardelli Jr. fifth. We'll see. Do we have another poll up? I think we might. Will this end under green? So will the race end under green or will it end under yellow? So yes or no on the end under green. I'm going no on that one. The way it's looking right now, I think we'll have a green, white checker, and then we'll have a caution flag on that, and it'll end under yellow. So here we go, single file. These guys getting their little butt spanked and having to start single file. Hopefully these guys will be a little bit more patient. We've been saying that since lap 40. So the 7X, the 53, 60, 30, 91. Matt Sintel says they're stressing the plug-in. Oh, the pole is up there in the way. $50-50 so far, whether it'll end under green or under yellow, whatever I put up there. Right, here we go. 77 will lead the field here to take this green flag. Let's keep her green. 53 second. Marizon third. Wilson fourth. Wilson up in that fourth position, man. I'll tell you what, he did not get a very good start. Big gap between he and Claudio Bardelli Jr. Gets by 53, diving down to the inside line. Here we go, 53 into 7X. Jim Willis trying to take the lead here. Jim Willis now to the race lead. Craig Marizon trying to get by on the low side. Thiago Gomez giving a lot of room. See some experience there out of Gomez. 91, Claudio Bardelli Jr. to the inside. These guys have turned up the intensity a little bit. Oh, man, that's 60 in the 91. Almost got together. Bardelli Jr. is driving this thing on rails right now. Drifting up the track, it gets into the 727 car. He's going to have to play some defense. 77 is going to get by. That 27 picks up that spot. Holy smokes. I have a feeling it's going to be another wreck. I just have a feeling, man, this is not going to last. 53 looking out of the back of his machine. Look at that. They're almost 3 wide behind. Craig Marizon looking on the low side. Oh, the 53 gets into the wall. 53 gets into the wall. Craig Marizon now looking to take the lead. The 60 car. They're going to wreck. I tell you what, they are going to wreck. This is not going to stay green. No way. Here it is right there. Oh, they're beating and banging on each other. This is going to end up badly, I'm telling you right now. I can just smell it. I can smell a wreck happening. Craig Marizon the leader. My heavens, man. There it goes. Oh, man. The 90 up on his side. No caution flag. The 90 car hits the wall. No caution flag. Ten laps to go. Bardelli Jr. the 91 now below the 60 car. The 90 car got into the wall. The 91 down to the inside line. Craig Marizon up on the outside line. Side by side for the race lead. We got 6 cars here in a hornet's nest. Bardelli Jr., Craig Marizon, side by side. Hassel, 77, Paul Brown. He's in this mix. Bardelli Jr., I think, is the leader here. Bardelli Jr. inches ahead. He's going to leave the door up on the inside. No, he slams the door on Paul Brown. 60 of Craig Marizon still up on the outside line. Bardelli Jr. up on the outside line. He's going to leave the door open on the inside. Down on the inside, Paul Brown inches around. Paul Brown to the race lead now. Holy smokes. They're still green. I can't believe they made this green. Lap 93, the 77 now to the race lead. The 60 car looking to try to get around. These guys are still trying to wreck. My heavens, man. The 77 gets by. 60 in second. Bardelli Jr. in third. Jesus Iglesias is fourth. Look at this battle back here. This is a mess. Jim Willis in a hornet's nest right now. The 7X. Tiago Gomez coming back into here. I can't believe these guys haven't wrecked. They've been trying to wreck. Right there. And here. Oh, man. Bardelli Jr. to the inside. Jim Willis gave him a little bit of a punt. Oh, they're 3 wide. Oh, my God. I can't believe they have not wrecked. They're trying everything they can to wreck, and they have not wrecked. The 77 and the 60 battling it out. My heavens. Will it stay green? These guys want it to. Those guys back there do not want to stay green. Tim Lansbury now, he's climbing up into this mix. The 82 car, Skyline Chili Ford Mustang, he's up in here as well. Holy smokes. Take a look at that side-by-side view, and those guys racing. 27 and the 7X racing. 77, can he hold off the 60 car? 82 moving forward. 82, Tim Lansbury in 7th. The 82 now trying to get by that 7X machine. You see on that right side screen. Side by side down the front or down the backstretch for the race lead. The 60 car on the high side. Craig Marizon, that Magpul dynamic sponsor machine up on the high side here on lap 97. Cross the start finish line. We'll have 3 to go. Marizon does the crossover move, goes down to the inside. He wants that inside line. 77, Paul Brown on the outside line. Is this going to stay green? Getting kind of figured out now. Maybe the tires are getting a little boogered up. Side by side, no more. Front to back, or nose to tail now. Cross the start finish line. We'll have 2 to go. 77 diving down to the inside. The 60 car to the outside line. I would have stayed on that inside, man, and held that inside and made him go around on the outside. Craig Marizon crowding a little bit. Side by side, Craig Marizon, the 77, Paul Brown. Paul Brown inches ahead. Does Craig Marizon have enough time to be able to make a pass? He's back to the high side. Here we go. Here we go. One more shot for Craig Marizon. He goes down to the inside line. Coming around turn 3. Around turn 4. Marizon to the inside. Here we go. It's going to be a dash to the finish. Who's got what it takes? Paul Brown inches ahead, and Paul Brown's going to take the win. My gosh. What a finish. Woo! Holy Toledo. Paul Brown in the 77 car inches ahead and gets the win. What a battle. That is the way you race clean right there. Paul Brown gets the win. A heck of a finish after 39 cautions. Claudio Bardelli Jr. looks like he hasn't finished yet, so he's now coming across the line. He finishes in 11, so something happened there, some shenanigans. So congratulations to Paul Brown on getting the win here at Texas. That was a little ugly at times, to say the least. I don't know who thought of this camera angle. This is horrible. So the 77 getting the win. Congratulations to him. We finally get that one taken care of. How about that? We can finally get it over with. Wow. We finally did it. You see those guys race somewhat cleanly at the end, and we had a good race. They were racing their guts out, but they raced each other pretty cleanly. Maybe they got sick of the caution flags as well. That was a challenging race, to say the least. We'll take a look at the finishing results. Whew. Is it over? Paul Brown gets the win. Craig Marzon, heck of a race there for him, finishes second. Tim Lansbury, how about that, at 82, finishes in third. Jim Willis in the fourth position. Chris Hughes finishes fifth. Jesus Iglesias in the 22 finishes in the sixth position. Javalo Spindola finishes in seventh. Finishing in eighth is Christian Wilson in the 30. Todd Robillard finishes in ninth. Tiago Gomez finishes in the 10th position. Finishing in 11th is Claudio Bardelli Jr. Preston Hassel finishes 12th. Lucas Simpner in the 21 finishes 13th. Jomar Peixoto 14th. Ed Palumbo 15th. And Tony Furtado finishes in the 16th position. Woo, man, we finally got it over with. My heavens, man. Oh, we'd never get that. Great race at the end, but the 6 caution flags or 7 caution flags we had there leading up to that, not good. We'll see if we can't adjust this a little bit. Not a good picture here. We'll hopefully see if we can't get something a little bit better. There we go. We got a little bit better view there. Sorry about that. Had to do a little bit of an adjustment last week because Luca's screenshot was a little bit small. We'll see if we can't have a chat with Paul Brown in the booth. Man, we finally got it over with. That last, 10 laps, 15 laps, whatever it was, that was exciting. It was a little bit of a shenanigans there. I think Todd Robillard got the short end of the stick. He got into the inside wall. I don't know if there was contact. We didn't have a chance to look at that, but definitely some issues there for him. We're joined up here in the booth by Paul Brown. First of all, thank God it's over.
Yeah, no doubt.
I don't know what happened, man. It was like we had such a good race and somebody just flipped the switch, and it ended up being a caution fest. Just uncharacteristic. I think the side-by-side at times, guys were just trying to drive it too hard on a rubbered-in racetrack.
Yep, it got really slick. It did get really slick, too. About 60 laps in, the track got really loose. I had the track bar cranked way down. I heard there was a lot of 3 wide back in the back of the pack, too. Like, that's just crazy at Texas.
Well, you know, let's focus on the positive here. In those last 10, 15 laps there, that battle with Craig Marizon. Also, Willis was in this, Lansbury there for a little bit. But that battle you had with Craig Marizon, that's the way you race somebody.
That was awesome. Craig is a really good oval racer. A road course, too. Like, Craig is up there, man, with some of the best. So that was fun. I thought for sure he had it, and then, holy crap, the door's open again. I could try one more time.
You know, I was really surprised that, you know, with, I guess it'd be 3 to go, maybe, with 2 to go, that he kind of gave you that bottom line. I was really surprised that he brought that car up to the high side and left the door open for you, and that seemed like, you know, it kind of happened in reverse with the 1 to go. He was really giving it a shot, but you guys just kept sort of working in circles there. You'd go down the bottom line, drift up. He'd go around to the bottom line, you know, and get by you and drift up. It was kind of interesting.
Yep. The high line, so the high line at Texas will work after 10, 12 laps. You can start to make the high line work. And that's how you get around me the first time you got around. But the low line was still preferred, right? So it was kind of a mix going on there, and you could make moves either lane at that point. And yeah, that's when Texas becomes really fun.
Well, next week you got a similar track, a little bit bumpier, and that is Charlotte. Any ideas, any feelings about Charlotte coming up? Another cookie cutter.
Man, some people hate Charlotte because of the bumps. I love that track. I think that is the most fun. I can't wait to do it.
Well, the final race of the season will be at Gateway. You know, the win helps you here. I don't know how much you've closed in on Bardelli Jr. He comes in tonight with a 20-point lead. That's going to be a pretty he's going to have some serious bad luck, and you win these races. But I'm sure you're going to give it a shot and make a run at it.
I'm going to try. It's been a while since I've won a race. It's been a couple of months probably. A lot of second places, but yeah, it was cool.
Well, hey, congratulations, enjoy, and we'll get to chat with you here in a little bit. And, again, good to see that 77 car in victory lane.
Thanks, Heath.
All right, that's Paul Brown joining us up here in the booth, and congratulations to him. Said it's been a while for him, huh? It doesn't seem like that for me. I mean, I seem like I see the 77 car in victory lane a lot, but, you know, maybe it's just because I've seen him win so many times. But, hey, congratulations to Paul Brown and the victory. And he said it does tighten up the points race a little bit. I don't know how much, but didn't see exactly where Bardelli Jr. had finished. Oh, I did, but I don't remember. Let's just put it that way. But definitely tighten it up a little bit. Don't forget, coming up, speaking of Bardelli Jr. and Paul Brown, they'll both be out on the track tomorrow at Kansas Speedway, 120 laps, and another great racetrack. Race number 5 of that Saturday Night Thunder season. And I'll be out on the track, too. I take off jump out of the broadcast booth, get in the driver's seat, and mix it up with these guys, and just to prove to them that I can do a little racing myself. And maybe I won't wreck, huh? Come on out and join us if you'd like to run some stock cars in the Saturday Night Thunder. It's the Cup Series. A little bit different mix. Open setups, too. We share setups openly as well. So everybody has a chance to be competitive. Definitely a friendly league, and this thing's been going on since 2021. Excuse me, 2001. It is 2022, right? Yeah, it's been going on for 21 years. There we go. 2001. So come on out and join us. We'd love to have you. And then don't forget about the IndyCar series coming up next week. 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is qualifications for Indianapolis Motor Speedway in the IndyCar mod. And it'll be broadcast live right here on TurnLeftTV. And hopefully we will not have a bunch of caution flags. Don't forget, tonight's race is brought to you by EliteHostingUSA.com. If you're interested in an rFactor 2 server, a solid one at that, or a server to host your website or your online store, please give EliteHostingUSA.com a look. Let's say thank you so much for joining us here on TurnLeftTV. It was a rough one, but we finally got through it. My gosh, man, we're finished with this. Thank you. Get on to getting a nap in and maybe sleep it in tomorrow. Again, thanks for coming in. Please hit my thumbs up button, share my videos with all your friends, and don't forget to support me by clicking on the link down in that Fanatec link down in the description of this race, and help me out here at TurnLeftTV. If you're interested in purchasing something through them, please use my link. Thanks to all those folks who have done so. And I think I can safely say this, that I am done for the night. And you know what that means. I am out of here. See ya. Till next time.